to the Dangervillle podcast.
Like we always do about this time.
It's Friday night.
The greatest show of all time.
Slap it. Slap it, baby. Oh, dude, you gotta get a new one of those. God damn. We're just gonna, this
cobbling this thing
has a
together for
real purpose. Like, I actually have to use this thing to do
Did it just
this.
break?
It's been breaking for weeks, dude.
That's what you get,
Still
Amazon,
makes
dude.
noise. It's so good.
So before we get started, first of all, fucking B-Dub is on vacay. So we got Lenz back here riding the producer desk.
I'm the ones and twos.
I
as
am the
as
sub
kids
beat up
say.
right now.
Almost assuredly be fucking this up.
More than likely. Yeah, more than likely.
Oh, I see. You guys wanted me on this. Okay. I get it.
You're the guinea pig right now.
We're like, well, it's probably not a big deal. I'll hit this TJ guy. We'll hit him up. He's probably gonna be super fucked up. So we got TJ Miller here. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, right on, man. So we were talking a little bit in the basement. Mike Nolan.
Yeah.
And so he actually sent me the Glassfield stuff. He was like, hey, my friend TJ just put this out, like right when you guys put it out. So I listened to that before anything. So that's what I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking rad. So I was
Sweet.
planning on hitting you up anyway. And then we actually had a guest cancel this week. And so I appreciate you coming out on
Yeah.
short notice, man. So
No problem.
You're our first call tonight. For sure.
yeah, indeed, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, indeed. But I was wondering because you play or I don't know, it still remains still active. Is this? Yeah. So did you guys used to play like at the Whiskey Lounge back in the day?
Like here in Grand Rapids?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't think
all
so.
right, sorry, because I was like, man, I'm pretty sure my band used to play shows with this band.
What
back
was your
in the-
band?
Holloway.
Maybe.
But just well, that's the thing, right? Is my memory is I have no fucking idea anymore. It was like I'm talking. This is pushing 15 years ago now or something.
Yeah.
so.
I mean, we used to play like Skeletones a lot, and we did the Intersection.
Yeah, we never played Skeletones back then, but we played the Intersection a lot, the Whiskey Lounge a lot, Orbit Room, but that was like opening for pay to play ticket.
Yeah,
fucking opening
right.
for whoever.
We never got to play the Orbit Room before it shut down.
Really?
No. Still
bummer.
Remains never did. We never did.
Lame. That sucks, bro.
We weren't big enough to like headline there, and
Yeah.
we weren't the kind of band who would really hop on a lot of like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the bigger bands in that era.
yeah,
Like we didn't mesh with what was going on at all,
Gotcha.
So it was like if we were on a tour and the tour would come through, we would get a chance to play Grand Rapids like bigger rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He's
we
like,
were
we never sell out to play a show, pay for play like some of these other cuck bands
Seriously,
in the area.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit racket, dude. for sure.
It's
Yeah.
weird, like we used to sell out Skeletones like every time we would play there.
Right.
And, we used to cram like 500 people in that room. And
Saw you play there.
did you?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I think there was one time we were on like a Shadows Fall tour. Another time we were on like
Right.
an As I Lay Dying tour. We went through the
sick.
Intersection,
Okay. Yeah, right on.
and that was pretty sweet.
Nice. I didn't know you guys were like touring, like you were like doing like Midwest tours with those guys or something. Or?
We did Still Remains toured internationally.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Shit,
yeah.
man. I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
My bad, my bad.
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
We signed a Roadrunner.
Yeah. Okay.
We did the first tour was the Road Rage tour because it was us and Trivium, 3 Inches of Blood, and Agony Scene all got signed at the same time, and so they put us all on the road together, and then it just went from there. And
Were you the guitarist?
I was a singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, we used to play shows with you guys, or maybe did you have another band after that? Fuck, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Not until Glassfield and Dead Me.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Where all do you guys play overseas when you're doing that, Ron?
I mean, we toured Europe and UK multiple times.
Okay.
We did, Australia and Japan, Costa Rica, Panama.
Damn.
Been down to
Badass.
been down to Mexico, all over the U.S. and Canada. Yeah. So
Lens run on this one.
I mean, it
I was
was.
going to say, I'm actually kind of a big fan, man. So it's really cool to meet you.
Thanks. No, that's cool. Like
If I fangirl a little bit.
no, that's cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sick.
It was pretty surreal for a while. It was our career. I mean, we weren't working.
Yeah.
We weren't working. We signed a record contract. And we hit the fucking road.
Right.
That's killer,
hard. Hard.
Roadrunner had some killer bands too. That was like the label for a while.
It was weird. Like I remember this one time we were on tour in the UK, and we played an off date from the tour down in Brighton, UK, and it was this festival, and the room was probably, I don't know how big the room was, maybe like 700 cap or something like that. And there's a pier with like a big Ferris wheel and tons of people walking around. It was just a really cool spot. You know, it's right on the ocean. And at the time, Gojira's From Mars to Sirius had like just came out like a little previously.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We were super into that record.
Right.
And they fucking played that date with us, and they like played before us, and it was just so fucking weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Now they're one of the like biggest metal bands on this planet, and it's just insane.
It's got to be pretty surreal though, like throwing it down with those guys. That's killer.
It was crazy. It was so cool. They sounded impeccable. Their lights were insane. Obviously, their songs speak for themselves.
I've been getting way more into Gojira just the last few months. I kind of bumped Infantile Savage or whatever back in the day. I was bumping that. I know it was cool, but it wasn't exactly right in my wheelhouse. When I started going back through it and loading up some of the other stuff, God damn, those guys ruled.
They are.
I went down the Gojira rabbit hole recently on YouTube, actually, just watching all their live shit. You know?
They're so good live.
Which I had never really watched. Like, I had pretty much check out their records when they come out, but like I was like, man, these guys fucking rule. I mean, their drummer is just insane.
He's like top 5 for sure.
Yeah. Do you catch those drums? So he just put out a new one. Those like solos that he does on YouTube or whatever.
They're really cool.
Wild, man.
He is wild. That kid's got the craziest talent.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you ever know a band or play with a band? They were also on Roadrunner. It would have been around that same time. They were called Hal the Villain. Oh, shit, man, I'm really striking out here. They were a great band of that era that put out this one awesome record, and we played with them. They were touring with Seven Dust, and we just opened that show, did the local thing or whatever. But and I was like fucking obsessed with that record, and then they like fucking just crash and burn. But it was just a great like hard rock kind of thing. But Roadrunner was like the label for a long time there. So.
Yeah, they kind of were. You know, I think we really connected with the UK office a lot more. You know, we made long-lasting friendships with that office.
Nice.
We still connect and talk to the few people that were working hard for us then. We still talk to them now. Even after the band we did break up for a while, you know, and we weren't doing anything, and it was still like, you know, they were like our brothers and sisters, you know.
How's the scene, like metal scene in the UK? Are they pretty deep into it there? Like, I know obviously the Scandinavian area is super huge into it. Like, is UK similar?
You know, Roadrunner is a household name. If you say Roadrunner Records, they know exactly what you're talking about. Metal is way more mainstream over there. I mean, it's more mainstream here now. It's metalcore is blown up, honestly, all over the world. But back then, you know, there were huge metalcore bands and metal bands back then, you know, that were on the radio. The tours were massive, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. Metal's much more appreciated over there. Here it's becoming that way, but like it's just different. You know, it's different. They're more appreciative. They're not as spoiled as we are. We get, you know, we have A markets all over every state. And we can see pretty much whoever we want on any night of the week.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, I think metal is being pretty mainstream here nowadays. I mean, I think it has been for a long time, but I mean, some of these bands are just fucking massive, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm obviously a little out of the loop on the metal thing.
Yeah, you know, I kind of am too. You know, I don't keep up with a lot of it. I don't really listen to much metal.
Yeah. And me either.
And the metal I like is more niche stuff. It's more kind of pigeonholed into one section of metalcore, and it's the stuff that does not sound like anything that like Still Remains does. You know what I mean?
I was more into the prog metal thing. That was my whole thing, and the bands that I were into were all European, British, and Scandinavian, and that kind of shit. So like American metal, it seems like I never really like after like thrash and you know your Metallicas and whatever, like after that, like into the 90s and stuff, like I just didn't connect with American metal. Seemed like, I don't know. So I mean, like I wasn't even like new metal even wasn't my thing, you know. Like I love Deftones and they were kind of lumped into that, you know, nothing of that era really, like, I don't know. So I don't know, whatever. I'm all over the fucking map though.
Yeah,
I guess,
same.
Yeah. What other kind of shit you like to listen to?
Right now I've been listening to this band that I just discovered. They're called Soft Cult.
Ooh, cool
Yeah,
name.
it's like a female fronted, like shoegazy kind of thing. It actually reminds me, I was listening to it on the way here, and I was thinking about how much I was reminded of some of the Deftones songs that Chino writes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're more airy.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not as abrasive, and they don't rock as hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But way more melodic. You get lost in all the reverb.
Yeah.
And this band, Soft Cult, is like that.
I'll have to check that out. That
check
sounds
that out
right
for
up my
sure.
alley. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Like, it's great to just like
Yeah.
close your eyes and follow along.
That's what I like. I don't like stuff that's like doesn't have a melody, especially anymore. Too like I just kind of realized that like I need a strong melody, or I'm just kind of not interested. You know. So
It seems like a lot of like the Swedish, Scandinavian type stuff is kind of more in that realm.
Yeah,
Maybe like
yeah,
a lot
for
more,
sure.
which that's kind of what I gravitate towards too. Like a lot of the American metal stuff, it's kind of hit or miss, but
Yeah. I hear you.
yeah, I'm a big Tool fan. So
Yeah.
so you see the Tool posters all over the place.
Yeah, I love it.
And
Only
it's
3 of them. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it
Ample
because
Maynard.
we just put this one up, which is that Santa show that Maynard just did with
Yeah,
the
with
3 bands.
Pussifer
Or whatever.
and yeah.
Yeah, fucking unbelievable show.
I bet.
Unbelievable.
I
Primus, you know. And so we moved that one over there. And then I got another one that isn't up, but I was thinking about it, and it's like, it's not because I'm that obsessed with Tool, which I kind of am. It's just that they're the guys that are selling posters. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I'm buying them.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, there's something to be said about a solid show poster.
Yeah.
What a great like like piece of memorabilia you can take home with you and
Right.
frame and
look at it, because like
Yeah,
the t-shirt,
yeah.
it's
So
like
cool.
all my t-shirts are like they're in a fucking box. They always fit like shit. You wash them
Yeah.
once and they like suck.
shrink.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
they suck.
You never really wear them and whatever. And you know, it's like with the actual poster, and they're like show specific when they have like
they're
the
limited
date.
limited copies,
like
you know.
that one has all of these are like that one's signed. That's the one that I met them. That one behind you has got the date. You know, they're all whatever. I just think that's like cooler. You know?
It's way
So,
cooler.
yeah.
Like, we just started doing that at the last 2 shows we played, like Still Remains shows. I was like, guys, we need to do like a limited run of show posters. And so we had a friend put one together for us.
Nice.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah.
We, printed, I think, like 60 of them or something like that. And then
yeah,
sell
that's the
them.
move, dude. Yep.
You're signing them for kids. They're going to take them home and frame them. They're on a real nice print paper, and
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
they're just so cool.
Yeah, agreed.
So cool.
Agreed. Do you like Crosses? One of Chino's other bands?
Yeah. I don't like all of it, but to be honest with you, like some of the, like when I was starting Dead Me, and we can talk about that eventually, that Cross's vibe was really something that I loved. The like chill electronic borderline like trip hop type stuff.
Right. I love that
with
song
the
too,
like
yeah.
with the beautiful just airy melodies,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but can be heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that was my goal to do something in that vein.
That's what me and Mike do in Long After Midnight. So
That
it's
rules.
based off of his synth stuff. He basically gives me crazy synth shit, and then I take that and turn it into a song.
Yeah,
And that's basically how our thing works.
Chino's a goddamn man. I was bumping some Around the Fur the other day, which I haven't listened to
Do
in
you
a long
listen to
time.
Crosses?
I just loaded it up. I've never heard it before. Team Sleep
Yeah,
popped back
same-
on the
it's
radar
kind of
again
the
the
same
other
kind of
day. I was
thing
like,
in a way,
okay,
yeah.
I forgot about
Yes,
the choice.
yeah.
This was.
There's some sick teams.
Yeah, Cross is on the radar, but
So
broken out yet.
well, me and Mike went and saw Crosses, and I got a sick Crosses poster that's in the other room over there too. Yeah.
You'd like Bitches Brew. Look up that song.
Okay.
Okay.
If you like Deftones and Team Sleep, that's a solid banger for you.
Deftones, honestly, that might be a top 10. I'd have to
Oh,
put
yeah,
some
I
more
don't think
thought
so.
into it before.
Yeah.
I
It's
officially
just
called it, but-
consistently
Yeah.
awesome.
Deftones
You know
just
what I mean?
rules,
They're
man.
sick.
There's a
for
mood,
They had
sure.
one or
you
two
know,
kind of stinkers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I
wasn't
think-
a big fan of that
but
Gore
generally-
album, but like for the most part, they knock it out of the fucking
Which is
Yeah,
kind of
that's
funny
true.
because that Gore record is the sort of more atmospheric-y, Chino-y kind of thing. Like he wrote a
Right.
lot of the songs on that, I think.
Yeah.
I liked that record, but I didn't love. I think just the mix was kind of whack on it. I think was part of what was weird about that one to me. But I don't know. I guess they got a new record. They're almost done with it or whatever. So.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, should be sick. I'm currently today listening to the new Eminem song.
You know, I haven't hit play on the track yet, but I do admit that it was all over my TikTok this morning, and I saw a bunch of clips of it. And
Hilarious.
I mean, I love Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem's great.
For sure, yeah.
So,
And
I'll check it out.
The video is fucking prime form, dude. It's got so many cameos.
Slim Shady's back.
Yeah,
he's fucking back.
It's literally like,
Is it a full album or is it
yeah,
just
the
like,
new album's come. This
Yeah,
is the first single
alright.
from it. It's called "The Death of Slim Shady." Is the new
When was the
album.
last time you put something out? I like don't really follow
Not
Eminem that
long ago.
close.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, the music to be murdered by. He did that double record or whatever. It's like the best thing he's ever done. Was his last 2 records.
I've never listened to much.
So
I gotta get,
fucking
gotta
good,
get on
dude.
it.
That
Dropping the ball.
Godzilla song and whatever. Yeah, Eminem rules.
I'm a big Kendrick guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, dude.
We're the
Yes.
Kendrick haters in this weird way.
Okay. Let me ask.
Only 2 people in the world. I'm pretty convinced
I
at this
know.
point.
Let me ask. How? or
Yeah, right.
Or why?
I'll try to explain, okay? I will seriously try to explain.
All right,
and you can jump into.
Yeah.
Massive. There's a giant Snoop cutout. We're huge West Coast Snoop and Dre, all that shit is like Snoop's maybe my second favorite guy ever.
Yeah.
It's like Tool and Snoop.
Sure.
And to me, I don't know, something about Kendrick Lamar, his voice I think sucks. I don't like his delivery. I don't find the song. I'm sorry, but I'm not finding I have tried, bro. I have tried. New records come out. I give it a fucking open-minded try every time.
All right, let's do this then. After this is over. Okay, have you watched any videos of him performing live?
The only thing I've really ever seen him performing live was at the Super Bowl, which I actually hilariously just watched again today.
Nice.
All right. So after this is done, we're gonna watch a couple of like live Kendrick things that. And if you hate it, it's whatever, you know what I mean. But like I try to give you like a slightly different spin. I do admit that like when I first heard Kendrick, like it was on Dr. Dre's Compton record.
Yeah.
And I didn't like his voice. I was like, that guy's got a weird voice, like really weird, kind of like higher pitched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like then I heard some stuff eventually, like much later. I heard some stuff off like To Pimp a Butterfly, and
Yes.
Great title, by the way.
dude spits nothing but knowledge and fire. He's a fucking genius, this guy.
That's what I keep hearing.
He's kind of regarded as the top dog right now.
Yeah,
Right?
like this whole thing with Drake. If you are in the rap game, which, you know, like, okay, I don't claim to be a massive rap connoisseur. I've loved hip hop since I was a child.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not been like this major chunk of my life.
Same.
It's something that I've dabbled with my
rock
you know,
guys. For sure.
more or less, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like with Kendrick, just after hearing most of his catalog and being super into it, like I would say that if you're a guy like Drake and you're gonna like try to put out a diss track against Kendrick, you are committing career suicide.
Yeah.
And that is me saying that like not trying to be funny, like serious, like he is not the guy you want to diss because he will come back and your life will just be over.
I mean, same with Eminem. That
he's
seems
too
to be
smart.
a thing that you don't want to do that. But I was talking to our friend who's a killer rapper, Tony Coppa, who's been on a few times out of Muskegon. You know, he's obviously he's an amazing rapper, super into the rap game, and he was on right when all that shit was happening, so he was kind of giving us the lowdown on it. So I went back and re-listened to everything in order again of this whole beef, right? And
Meet the Grams.
Ouch, dude.
I liked it all, but I said to him, I was like, you know what? Drake's songs are better songs. I'm like, sorry.
Oh well, yeah,
they're better songs.
He's
dude.
got ghostwriters, and they're trying to make hits and pop songs.
All that's true, but that's what I was saying to him too. Is like, but I like a pop song.
I get
You know what
that.
I mean? Like,
who doesn't
I'm
like a good catchy
I
pop
like a
song?
melody. I like a chorus. I like
Yeah.
I like Justin Timberlake. I like Lady Gaga. I'm like,
Yeah.
these are better songs to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Who's dissing who? I'm kind of like, I don't really care.
I have a
just
real
want good
tough
song.
time with any of the new stuff. Like rap is kind of the genre for me that's frozen at a point in time. Like, you know, when you got your dad's friends, they're like AC/DC and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I
Yeah.
am for rap. And I try constantly to get
Yeah.
into new stuff. It's like anything
Same.
after like 2005, I just can't do it. I can't
Yeah.
do it. I don't know.
I grew up listening to tons of pop,
Yeah.
rock, R&B, whatever.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I obviously started playing bands and things like that, to where you're looking at music from a completely different angle.
Correct.
Right? You're
Yeah.
And after touring for so long and doing that, and you're playing with the same fucking shit, 5 bands a night,
Right.
you know, and just hearing the same shit over and over, you start kind of looking for other things to catch your ear.
100%.
Or if it's not something poppy or catchy, it might be something that makes you feel something different
Yeah.
than you're used to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like bands like Radiohead do that to me. Like
Yeah.
Radiohead is a band where I can listen to, and every time I listen to, you know, record X, Y, or Z, I can find something different that I've never noticed before or heard
Yeah.
before. Certain parts make me feel uncomfortable and kind of cringy.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite songs of all time, like Radiohead doesn't crack my top 100 bands, but Creep is among my favorite songs. Like
Yeah,
some of that
classic.
stuff off the Kid A album was
Kid
choice.
A
It's
is
bang
wonderful.
song.
Okay, Computer's like a.
Maybe that's one.
That's
I always,
Oh, sure.
I always get
They're
those
both.
mixed up.
They're all
yeah.
fucking. My favorite part about Radiohead is that they consistently do different things. Their
Yes.
records aren't all the same.
No, I like
you
that.
know, like there's different vibes. There's different even within. I fucking bitch about this shit when bands do records and every song's the same tempo and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I'm like, come on, you got a full record, do different things.
Yeah, it's got to be a dynamic. You got to take people on a journey. I mean,
Did you
So,
watch the there's a Tom York it's a movie short. I want to say Paul Thomas Anderson directed it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember
Did you
this,
watch
but I
that?
didn't see it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it either.
No, I haven't. There was a movie that I was recently turned on to that he did the score for. That was pretty wild.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But other than that, no, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, Kendrick to me is almost like the Radiohead of like the rap game. Like, he's untouchable. You can't touch Radiohead with what they're doing. They're doing something completely all on their own.
Yeah.
And it all makes sense, and it's very experimental and whatever. Like, Kendrick's using jazz beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in certain parts you can't even tell like what the rhythm is, and he's scatting like a fucking madman over all of it. And it's just nuts. It just blows my mind.
I feel like I kind of go the opposite way with the rap. Like for anything rock related, prog, hard rock, metal, whatever, like give me the intricate, give me the crazy stuff that's out. Give me like the Mars Volta. Give me all the shit that's out there and wild, crazy time signatures, tempos, etc. All about that. For rap, I just want bangers, man. Like I just want McDonald's. Like I want a 6-piece chicken McNugget. I want to mash on that. I want something that's tasty to the ears.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I think my big thing with new rap, if I'm trying to pin it down, I'm gonna sound like a fool old man. That's fine. Every song is the same universally for all these guys that are the new latest great. And I'll exclude Kendrick from this conversation just so I don't get punched in the face. And I don't know enough Kendrick. But all this other shit, it's all like this triplet bass, like you know, it's all the same shit, and it's just mumble stuff.
All the beats
and,
and when it all became the trap beat. That's when it all changed to me. When it all became trap, like they took trap and then started rapping on that, and like a lot of that's actually kind of like I don't know. It's interesting because like I feel like Kanye changed a lot of the stuff in like the way rap was presented, though even within like the artwork and weird shit. I love record art, so I kind of pay attention to this kind of shit. But like, I don't know. So there was this shift right around like 2005 or something like that. I feel like where it just
Where it all
don't
got
know.
very, very terrible
Yeah,
Kanye.
yeah.
I'm also a Kanye hater, dude. I just
Same.
I think Kanye is a genius when it comes to being a producer and when it comes to rap music, but just about anything else, to be honest with you, I think he's a fucking fool.
It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Psychopath.
It doesn't even
Producer
matter.
and things
It
that
doesn't
show
even matter
us
if his music's good anymore, which it isn't. I've again tried. I've tried all the new shit. What's this? What the fuck's it called? Vultures or something? The new shit he's doing with
I don't even know.
fucking. Can you look that up, Lens? What's this?
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
Kanye's fucking new?
This is your
Kanye's
first big moment
latest
here.
album.
Lance.
Yeah.
It pressures
Yeah,
out,
I'm on
brother.
the spot now, dude.
I'm pretty sure it's called Vultures or something like that. It's him and it's anyway, it's awful. It's just bad. But I always joke around about how those fucking first two Kanye records were fucking literal pieces of genius, I thought, and then it just was all downhill from there, you know. But it's just, to me, it's like it doesn't matter how good it is. He's just such a this one with his naked wife on the cover.
Yeah.
It's him and fucking this other guy who I'm losing all fucking credibility here, and I can't remember the other guy's fucking.
A huge part of it, you just hit on it for me, is like he's such a douchebag of a human being
Yeah,
truly.
that it almost is a turn off regard. And I'm usually pretty good about being able to separate
sure.
the artist from the art and all that, but it's just like, dude, get the fuck over yourself.
Yeah, he sucks. He's
I can't
a
do it.
literal crazy person.
Actually. TJ, can I ask you how you feel about J. Cole?
The J. Cole that I've heard, I mean, my wife listens to a lot more rap than I do, and I believe that she's played some J. Cole that I thought was pretty sick.
Okay. Because I have a feeling you'll think the same way about J. Cole as you do about Kendrick.
I kind of do too.
I thought J. Cole was extremely wise to bow out of that whole beef.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
And that's like his MO. He's like
He knew he was going to get killed. He knew
It
it.
seemed like he knew he was over his skis of that, and I haven't been following it super closely, but I think he just kind of tapped out. He's like, "This isn't my deal. I'm not trying to fucking eviscerate people, nor do I probably have the ability
He's the
to
opposite
do
of
so."
Kanye, where he's like the nicest normalist.
Yes,
like,
he's very head down. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do my shit, and it's
sure.
all gonna be great.
which mad respect to that.
There is a song right here, "False Prophets" by J. Cole. So this one, the first verse, like there's 3 verses, they're all directed at different rappers, right? The first one is Kanye. And he does probably the best breakdown of like it. I wouldn't even call it a diss track. I would call it an honest assessment of character. Like, I swear to God,
It doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
no, because he never says you a bitch. Like, you know, he never like calls him.
dropped a new honest
like-
assessment of character.
Like,
track.
literally, dude, he just like breaks down emotionally what he sees Kanye doing,
Right.
and like where he sees his career going and where he sees his life going, and it cuts so deep with like almost without ever cussing, dude. It's wild. Like,
I heard your mother's cooking is slightly on the dry side. God damn, J. Cole, that
not quite Will Smith with it, but it's
Lens, I
close.
will say, dude, back in the day, this was many years ago, so I was listening to Mars Volta Pandora, and then this rap song comes on out of nowhere. I'm like, this is curious to be happening right now.
Yeah.
And like, this is one of the choicest songs I've ever heard. Who or what is this? And it was some J. Cole track that was like
telling
a
you.
remix that had some chick on it, which I'm sure describes like 80% of his songs.
Right.
That song's a fucking banger. I got the full album. I was a little disappointed in it and then kind of never revisited, but that song was a great song.
Yeah, he's got like 2 stages of his career. He's got the one where he's like trying to be the baller, the gold chain, the fame,
Which is the move if you're going to be a rapper. You got to go all
But
in.
then after 2014's Forest Hills Drive, dude, he like that's where he starts to be like the humble, like head down, I'm just gonna write bangers and then it's all gonna be good and nobody's gonna say shit about me because my life is private. You know?
Yeah.
And that I think is where like he really comes out.
Do you do any of like the nerd? I think they call it like nerd rap, conscious. I don't know. They got all sorts of weird names like Bus Driver, Atmosphere.
No idea.
ASAP Rock or it because I read
A$AP Rocky?
ASAP Rocky.
Nah.
Not ASAP Rocky, but there's ASAP Rock, which is a different thing.
Yes.
Which is
How is there 2? I don't understand this. How is there 2
ASAP
people?
and Ace, like
Come on.
ASAP is named after the author. Like he took his stage name after the author Aesop.
Yeah, the guy who wrote the Fables,
Yes.
which I have here somewhere.
Right.
It might be in the other room, but yeah. I don't know. Too close. Come on,
That's
man.
my shit.
Come on, dude. You can't just name yourself. With
I
the
think
same shit.
ASAP was the original. I think he was pre-ASAP.
Either one. I don't know who's who. I'm saying whoever
Ironically,
came.
ASAP was second to the party in this scenario. He was anything but.
I think you're right. I honestly do.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Is there any like rock shit? Like who's like in your rock shit now? Like who's putting out good rock nowadays?
Oh man, trying to think. I'll plug that Soft Cult again.
Yeah, more my shit's more kind of like I'm really into. I don't know. I mean the industrial things really come back around. You know,
Yeah.
so like that sound is huge again. We just saw fucking Stabbing Westward live. You remember them?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was fun.
I bet. I mean, it kind of dabbles in the metal realm, I guess.
Yeah, whatever,
There's
yeah.
a band from Chicago called Resin.
cool.
Super fucking awesome.
They're not stoner rock, are they?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know with a name like Resin.
Yeah,
R-E-S-I-N probably.
Dude's voice is incredible. It's a lot of like slower tempo
Yeah.
stuff, but massive tones, really dynamic. So
I'll check that out, too. Yeah.
When they're loud, they're crushing, but like he doesn't scream at all. You know, it's just
Well,
all
that's
singing.
That's my favorite.
It's beautiful. His voice is great.
Ridiculously heavy, but with actual vocals.
Yeah.
And not, love that.
That's
They
kind
have
of both
a-
our thing.
they got a full-time guy that does, I want to say like synth and modulation and then saxophone.
Oh, nice. Nice.
They don't pull the saxophone out like a ton, but they
Yeah.
do here and there, and it's just
Hilarious.
Combination synth sax players
Yeah.
the move.
Well,
That's
hilarious.
so cool.
What I was going to say is me and Mike put saxophone on our stuff. We had a guy come in and do it on one of our songs. And we thought it was hilarious.
Oh.
And amazing.
That's
This
cool.
dude, shout out to the homie Mocha. You know Mocha? You ever met Mocha? He's pretty well known. He's out of the Lansing area. Dude is just fucking unbelievable at sax and plays fucking harmonica too. He's been playing in bands forever or whatever.
Everybody plays harmonica in fairness, right? I'm convinced it's just a series of doing anything on there and just again choice.
They're all in the key.
I crush a
it's pretty
harmonica,
hard
bro.
to
They're
not.
in the key already. You just get the thing. It's in the key. Of the,
Give me a harmonica right now. I'll slay, bro.
I have.
I'll put Mocha to shame on the harmonica.
You have a whole set.
Mocha, I'm calling you out right now, bro.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I was going to ask you. What do you think of Sleep Token?
I haven't listened to Sleep Token too much.
No?
It's from what I heard, it's just not really my thing.
No, I love it. I think they're. It either seems to be like people. It's very polarizing. People love it or hate it. I really like it, and again because it has a lot of great melody to me.
Sure.
And it's like half of it is pop. Like I've been talking about. I'm like. How are you a metal band when 75% of your record is actually just pop? And then you guys play like 1 minute of each song is like heavy metal. I'm like, I have this joke where it's basically like, they're basically just tricking all the metalheads that come into the show so they can steal your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's basically like the thing. It's like they wear black and then play pop songs.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, but I don't know. I think it's pretty
It's
great.
a super interesting elements. Really, it's
Yeah.
not at all what I expected because I just threw it on. It was a Jason reco. He's
Yeah.
like an uber metal fan, so I'm just expecting the heavies to the heavy. I'm like, oh, this is fucking wild, dude. There's like some pseudo, like not quite hip hop, but
Yeah, no, it is.
Even
Yeah,
more
they go
like
into
hip-hop
they
than
go into
pop
like
almost,
again
some
like
of it.
trap beat hip hop kind
Yeah.
of stuff and like yeah, which is like I mean genre bending nowadays. That's one of the best parts about modern music in a way is everybody can just genre bend like fucking crazy. You know, some of it can be kind of terrible, but like when it's done right, it's amazing. Like how there's no rules anymore is awesome. But like,
Yeah.
but if you're doing it in like, I feel like Beyonce doing country is just kind of this like pandering or
capitalizing
like
on a moment.
I'm
dude.
like, hey, did you really
Country's
want
having
to
a
do
moment.
this
There's
as
a bunch
an
of dollar signs there.
right? It's
Yeah.
like, is this the art you wanted to make, or is this some kind of like that? To me, can be that's kind of lame, you know, or whatever. But like,
I'm also gonna say it right now. Give me Destiny's Child over Beyonce as a solo act. Give me the full gamut, baby. I need all three. I need that Kelly chick in there.
well, there was the
Give me
time
some
when there was the
Destiny's
four of
Child.
them too. Remember?
Is there a four? No.
Yeah,
I gotta step my Destiny's
I
Child
know.
now.
You don't even know
I'm
about
lacking,
Destiny's
yeah.
Child. I also like. I've been talking about this too. I'm a big Justin Timberlake fan, which I maybe takes some. I don't know. His new record's amazing. It's amazing. Check it out.
I've not heard the new record, but I am also a JT fan for sure.
It's just, dude.
He's pretty sick.
I think this is the best record he's ever done. The first song is like the worst song he's ever done, and the last song kind of sucks. And I'm like, if you would have just left those 2 songs off, you would have made like the perfect pop album.
Yeah.
You know,
That was a poor choice for a first song. If you want to wedge it in the middle somewhere, but like starting off that way, because
I
right
wouldn't
away
even
I'm
do
just
that.
like, ooh, I don't know about. And then the rest of it is just like legitimately incredible.
Yeah.
That fucking album is a banger.
Yeah, check it out. I didn't really get anything after Future Sex Love Sounds.
the one after that was my favorite, and that's kind of what this one's more like, the 2020 experience.
Yeah.
It's a little more like it's heavy production, like
I'm sure.
very layered, like just like, and I mean, like for guys who are into record production, it's just like unbelievable, like the mixing and the vocal effects and how many layers of vocals there are and shit is just like fucking incredible.
We met him in L.A.
No way, really?
Yeah, it was completely random. There was one tour where we were playing the Whiskey A Go Go, and it's really funny actually. On the way into town, we were actually listening to Justified in the van.
Nice, yeah.
And we were going down Sunset Boulevard, getting closer to the venue, and we had a fill-in bass player on this tour. Our bass player, I think his wife was having one of their kids, and so he had to miss.
No reason to miss a show.
Right?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
He had
Show
missed
must
this
go on.
whole tour, so we had this guy Kevin Falk come and do this tour with us. He had before that. He was in Every Time I Die for a short time, and he was like with like Between the Buried and Me.
Oh, okay.
But
Sweet.
yeah, anyway, he came and did this tour with us. And right before we got to Whiskey A Go Go, I remember like pulling up to a stoplight, and there was like a coffee house like on the corner. And there was a guy on a Harley at the stoplight right next to us. And this guy, Kevin, the bass player guy, like looks out the window. He's like, holy shit. That's Anthony Kiedis. Oh my God. I'm a massive Chili Peppers fan. And he just like fucking opens the door, jumps out of the van. He's like, I'll meet you guys there. Shuts the door and then just like runs after
Hops
Anthony
on
Kiedis.
the back of the bike behind.
Yeah, they both went into this coffee house on the corner, and he like ended up talking to him for a minute. And
Nice.
it-
Yeah.
that-
Good on Kiedis for like rolling with it.
Yeah,
and
he
not
rolled
being
with
like,
it.
fuck off.
But then, like, while he was doing that, we had parked the van on the side of the Whiskey A Go Go, and we had opened the trailer. I remember I was sitting in the van. I was kind of looking in the mirror. I could kind of see around the back of the van a little bit, and I watch our guitar player. Do you know Mike Church
I don't know him personally.
from like Thunder
I know who he
Chicken
is.
and everything else?
Yeah.
Okay, so he plays guitar and sings in Still Remains with me.
Okay, sorry. Did he have another band after Story?
Julius.
That's who we were playing with.
He and AJ were in Julius.
That's who we were playing with
So-
at the Whiskey Lounge a bunch and
So
shit.
the singer of Julius plays guitar in Still Remains, and then the
Okay.
drummer of Julius, AJ, plays drums in Still Remains.
Okay, I fucking knew there was some shit.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah, AJ was in Dissonant with Mike Nolan back in the day too.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're all boys, they're all good pals. But so I see Mike. He like points to the back of the whiskey, and he starts walking with his finger out like that, and he like disappears behind the venue, and I'm like, the fuck? Where's he going? I like get out of the van, like, Mike, what are you doing? And like I like run back behind the Whiskey A Go Go, and he's like knocking on the window of this gold Porsche that's like, oh my God, like like these guys just got in their Porsche and they're gonna leave. They were just parked there. There was like nobody else parked there, so we don't know who they are or whatever.
Right.
He knocks on the door. He's like, roll down the window, like so. Rolls down the window. It's fucking Justin Timberlake and his bodyguard.
Yeah.
And this was before Future Sex Love Sounds.
Yeah.
He had just had Justified out at the time.
Right. Yeah.
And Mike's like, hey, dude, my band just drove all the way out here from Grand Rapids. This is the first night of our tour. We're playing at the Whiskey A Go Go tonight. We were jamming Justified on the way into town. Would you mind, like, stepping out and just talking with us for a few minutes? Put the car in park, got out and just bullshit with us for 10 minutes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Shook all of our hands. Dude's got a
Yeah.
strong ass
I
handshake.
bet, dude.
That's surprising.
Handsome bastard.
Yeah.
No way, dude.
He looks like a waifish little man.
dude.
I picture a real limp dick handshake out of JP.
No, he about broke my hand. I was
You
like,
can't
whoa.
trust a man with a limp handshake. So
No,
that's
no.
good Timberlake, yeah.
But he sat there and just bullshit and like just joked around. It was super
That's got to
cool.
restore your faith in humanity when you meet somebody that big and they're just like not a douchebag. That's a great look for him. Well played.
Yeah.
More excited to meet Kiedis or Timberlake, gentlemen?
Oh, Timberlake.
100%, dude.
I think I might be Ketis.
Nah.
I'm a big Chili
I'm
Peppers
not
guy.
a Chili Peppers
Me
guy.
either.
I mean,
I'm
you know,
not
I
a
don't
fan.
mind.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, the hits and
I'm
whatever.
also
Whatever, but
surprised
I don't know.
to
Chili
like,
Peppers kind of suck. to be
hear the
honest with you.
hatred of Chili Peppers. I thought everybody loved the Peppers.
I'm a
I'm
fan.
a Pearl Jam guy.
I like
Shavy.
Fleet. Like I like the concept of the Chili Peppers, but like we threw on a Chili Peppers concert, a modern one. It's all like hype, and then they just played like the slowest, lamest crap now. Like this song, like Blood Sugar Sex Magic and whatever rules, but that was fucking 30 years ago, and it's like
it's all you need.
like well,
that and
yeah,
Californication, that's enough to.
they're just all these like lame ballads now, and it's just like
the new shit's pretty weak. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you
But it's not even new. Like that's what I'm saying. Is I've been doing that forever. Like I don't know. It kind of sucks. My
In
brother met
conclusion, Chili
Ketis
Peppers rule.
here in Grand it was in Grand Haven actually, because he's originally from Grand Rapids. His dad. We used to fucking talk to his dad down at the
Mulligans.
No, it was down at the they used to do those fucking shows down at fucking what is now Rosa Parks Circle. It was like Monroe then or something, Monroe Center then or whatever. We used to go see whatever the fucking Verve Pipe down there all the time and shit,
Yeah.
And his dad was always down there just like holding court all the time. His claim to fame is he was Anthony Kiedis' dad. Yeah,
That's great.
And not really.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special. Speaking of which, that's actually hilarious, Ross. I actually, one of your guitarists, I met his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was walking down the street when I was a wee lad. I was probably 15, 16. And like I had my guitar on my back, my big old BC Rich. And some guy stops. He's like, "Oh, dude, that's a cool fucking guitar." And I'm like, "What? Thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah, Still Remains?" I'm like, "Yeah. I'm the guitarist's dad." What the fuck? Oh my God. No way. Tell your son I said hi.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's Standale. I don't know. He's shorter, tan, maybe either Hispanic or Italian. I don't remember. I just remember tan and short.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
making
know.
shit up.
Yeah.
I grew up in Standale. It could have been my dad. But like, honestly, but
one of you guys. I met the dad.
yeah, who
I
knows?
met the father.
Who knows, man? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Like, how old are you?
I'll be 30 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if you knew any of my brothers. I mean, they're like in their like mid 30s, but
Possibly.
Nick Jeremy or Matt Miller.
Maybe. I mean, dude, I mean, I was around Grand Rapids music scene from the time I was 14 till probably like 26, is when I really because I was following my best friends around in a band and they played everywhere all the time too. So that's actually where not that they played with you, but that's how I caught your guys' show because they played Skeletones all the time too.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Lens is a man about town. He can't be expected to remember everybody that he interacts with,
You said it, not me.
We call him the mayor.
I completely fell off the music scene completely after my band kind of broke up. I was just like working, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of quit going to shows and like I definitely missed a lot of stuff, you know, like people are like, yeah, this band and that band. I'm like, I wasn't around, and like, and neither of us are from Grand Rapids. So we grew up in Muskegon. So, like then I lived in Kalamazoo and he still lives in Kalamazoo. So I got to Grand Rapids way late,
Do you know my wife? She's from Muskegon.
I don't know. What's your wife's name?
Brandy York. Well, now Brandy Miller.
I don't think so.
She went to Mount Shores, I think.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we went to Fruitport, so it's the next school over.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, right on.
Cool.
Yeah, sick. So, like, what year were you guys active then, or like Still Remains when you were really? What years was this? I'm trying to picture.
We were the most active, I think, between like 2003 and 2008.
Okay, yeah. We were just getting started with Holloway in like 07, 08, 09 was when we were really doing stuff. So, yeah, so we probably just kind of missed each other then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what? You guys were touring for a while and shit and then broke up.
Yeah.
Same old story.
Put a couple records out and, toured super hard on them. And then, just decided to call it a day.
Yeah, right on.
Was the touring thing like that? I mean, it's one of those things where it seems like it'd be incredible. Is it amazing? Is it laborious and just like fuck this after a while, or what was your?
Oh, it's both.
take?
It's a total mixed bag. It just depends. It just depends. I mean, some tours you're totally roughing it. Like the earlier ones we had, before we even had like a 15 passenger van, we just had like an old Ford Econoline. thing, you know, with a man. I don't even think at the time we had we didn't even have a trailer, you know, and trying to cram all your gear and your merch, and you're living on $5 a day per diems, you know, just yeah, like like it's impossible, you know, but some of that was some of the funnest times.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but then on the tours where you've got, you know, in the UK, it was a double decker bus with lounges in the front and the back and bunks throughout, and it's like you don't have to worry about driving because there's a driver, and you know those tours are incredible.
Yeah, that sounds badass.
It's totally badass especially because like when you go to somewhere like say the UK or Europe or whatever, the time change is like in your favor. So you wake up at whatever it is, 10 a.m. Say you wake up at 10 a.m. over in the UK. It's like it's 3 p.m. here.
Right.
You know, by the time you play it's like late at night.
Yeah.
It feels like it's mid-afternoon. So then like if the label are out at shows or you got friends that come out and they want to take you out afterwards in the UK, you can go out
fucking ready,
and their drinks aren't super strong either, so like you can go out and have a bunch of like whiskey and cokes and like dance your ass off like all night, have a great time, and then usually after like, you know, the bar closes or if it's like a dance club thing, like they play a lot of metal and people come and they dance to metal and stuff like that, and and you go to bed at like 6 a.m. or, you know, it feels like midnight,
right? Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's great, and then you wake up in another city. The drives aren't super far, you know. You can be in the A market and only have like a 45-minute drive to the next city.
That's wild.
Yeah,
like 2 hours and you're to a completely different country over there. It's fucking wild.
Yeah. It's weird, like waking up and all of a sudden it's a different language than yesterday, and then the next day it's a different language and then a different currency and everything. It's pretty crazy.
What was probably like the biggest show you guys played?
We played a festival in Japan called Loud Park in 2007, and that was in front of about 30,000 people.
Nice.
It was just this massive arena, and you know, just everybody was over there. We knew so many people, are like the Kill Switch guys.
Right.
As I Lay Dying was over there. Marilyn Manson was one of the headliners we saw. Yeah, it was crazy. It looked like Nile. You know, awesome. Like, it was super sick.
That is,
you know,
stacked.
It was stacked.
Absolutely stacked.
The Trivium guys were there. We played an off date over there with Trivium in Osaka. That was super cool.
Did you ever play with Battlecross from
No,
Detroit? Yeah,
we didn't.
Because they were touring with Trivium and shit, I think, or whatever.
Probably, yeah.
Those guys, their new band, they were just over. Oh shit! It was probably almost a fucking year ago or something now. But they're doing that band Finality now.
I don't know.
Yeah, you should check that out. It's pretty killer. Okay. It's way more of a. It's definitely more melodic, which I like. It's more of like got more of a Maiden kind of vibe or something, and it's a little bit I would say, not, they're serious, but it's a little tongue in cheek. Like he comes out as the Terminator and shit. It's pretty badass.
That's cool.
Yeah, I should check those guys out. You guys want to take a quick break because I want to get another drink.
Yeah. Let's do it.
That'll work.
Nice.
You got to get a fucking new one of those. Jesus, come on, man. So we didn't have a podcast last week.
Yes. A couple weeks off here.
We had 1 week off. Exactly.
Feeling a little ill-informed on my side, my friend.
There's a lot going on. I don't know if you're. I, for one, am not following the news in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, same.
Yep, gentlemen, as you know, I do nothing but follow the news.
Totally in the dark.
Aficionado. So let me do a little something here. We'll get everybody caught up to speed.
It's gonna be super loud.
The Dangervillle podcast presents News of the World.
Rechecked it. One more time.
There we go.
The Dangervillle podcast presents News of the World.
All right,
Ben's
we're
coming
back,
up
baby.
with a clutch. All right, let's get it going.
Like
here.
3 buttons. What are you talking about?
Some students will have to pay up after a senior prank goes too far, Tennessee school says.
Wow.
Okay. So some students at a Tennessee high school will have to pay up after a senior prank got out of hand, officials say. The prank was actually approved by school officials initially, but was taken too far when some of the students fired multiple paintballs within the school, spread trash through the halls, and told the boys' freshman wrestling team that Kevin Spacey was just hired as the new head coach.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was it.
Be a little generous myself on that one. All right.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get much worse from there. Yeah, that was the not quite the opener I was hoping for. We'll keep it moving right along here. Sam Butcher, artist who created Precious Moments figurines of teardrop-eyed children, dies at 85.
Oh, those fucking Precious Moments things.
Everybody's mom has those.
Sam Butcher. Oh, yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
those things.
Everybody's mom has it.
So Sam Butcher, the artist who created Precious Moments figurines of Christian-themed teardrop-eyed children, has died at 85, boys.
Yeah, porn
Sad
out,
story
yeah.
indeed. Yep.
R.I.P.
When asked shortly before his death where he drew the inspiration to create depictions of sad-eyed Christian children, Sam responded, "My third year as an altar boy." My third year as an altar boy. Getting a whole lot of nothing from the peanut gallery right now.
That was better than Kevin Spacey.
I keep it
You should, that's the same joke. Well, the answer is Kevin Spacey. I was Kevin Spacey's assistant.
I should have doubled it in that
We haven't left this room yet.
That Spacey joke's been sitting on the back burner for about a month until I couldn't conjure up enough other material. But all right, we'll keep it going here. Mexican government says the arm of a 19th century mummy came off after mishandling by museum staff. Yes.
Mishandling.
That's a pun.
Yes, it is indeed. Mexico's Federal Archaeology Agency on Monday accused the conservative-governed city of Guanajuato, A+ on pronunciation,
Nice. Well
of
played.
mistreating one of the country's famous mummified 19th century bodies after the arm of one of the mummified bodies on display came off.
Damn.
Less than ideal, to be sure. The agency is understandably outraged, noting that this is the worst thing to happen to the mummy since the casting of Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Most upset by what happened to the mummy was the daddy.
Oh, God.
Was the daddy.
Oh my!
See, I thought you were gonna. You should have spun it the other way though, by the lack of casting of Brendan Fraser, because then it would have tied into your long-running Brendan Fraser.
Well, armchair quarterback over here, little backseat driving motherfucker over here.
I'm not writing any jokes at all.
I'm sorry. Who's writing these?
You know, it would have been way more funny if you would have.
It would have been way
made the
funnier
joke not suck.
if it was
That's really
funny.
what, yeah.
No,
That's where you need to go.
you're old, you be Fraser. Come on.
Damn it. All right, we got to rally here, boys. We got to rally. Yes. All right, we're gonna finish strong here. Morgan Spurlock, the filmmaker known for the documentary Super Size Me, dies at 53.
I did see that one. I
Really
saw
bringing
that.
the room down with the
Yeah, a lot of
death
people
stories
dying.
today. Yes, indeed. So documentary filmmaker Morgan Spurlock, an Oscar-nominated director whose most famous work skewered America's fast food industry and who notably ate at only McDonald's for a month to illustrate the dangers of fast food, has died at 53.
Damn.
Predictably enough, yes. 50. Oh, I got about 17 of these boys. Settle in here, grab a Snickers if you need one. Bathroom break would be the time to do it right now. Ironically, 53 was also the average number of minutes per day Spurlock spent on the toilet during the making of Super Size Me.
I mean, that's not that bad.
Kirk Tanner, CEO of Wendy's, issued a statement saying the loss of Morgan Spurlock is a tragic one indeed. If only he had focused his documentary on the healthier, more sensible fast food choices offered by restaurants like Wendy's, he may still be with us today. I butchered that one. Better regardless. His funeral was very well attended, with a few people saying that it looked so busy inside that they opted for the drive-thru instead.
Oh, yeah.
Spurlock's family reportedly enjoyed a final dinner with him before his death, saying that it was great to see him one last time before losing him forever, and that it was a happy meal indeed.
Oh.
A happy meal indeed.
What the hell was that?
And last but not least, when Spurlock's family was asked if they'd like him to be laid to rest in the New York City he recently began calling home, they said, "No thanks, we'll take him to go." We'll take him to Gil.
Yeah, it's like the same shit.
It's a rough segment. Rough segment, boys.
Who's ready to laugh?
Yeah. This one's just for me here. It's a banger. but
There's more
I'm
of
gonna-
these?
Oh,
Just
yeah. I
for
got so
me?
many more jokes.
Just for me.
Rare blue-eyed cicada spotted during 2024 emergence at suburban Chicago Arboretum.
Okay, I'm not sorry. I
story
thought
with
you were
the,
going with
cicada.
more Morgan Spurlock.
Oh, no, no,
that's what
no.
I was asking.
Sadly, that's the end of those glorious Spurlock jokes. But
Gordon Spurlock era is
All right,
officially
sorry, there.
so a lucky few saw the cicada Friday at the Arboretum in Lisle, Illinois,
Okay.
before its release back into the world of suburban Chicago. Yes.
Wow.
Onlookers called the blue-eyed cicada, quote, pretty dreamy. Pretty dreamy. That's an appropriate response. All right, boys. Thankfully, we have just one more joke, and then we'll be done with this god-awful segment. Thai town maddened by marauding monkeys launches plan to lock them up and send them away.
Oh no.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. The Thai town, run ragged by its ever-growing population of marauding wild monkeys,
Yes.
has launched an offensive against the simian raiders. The first stage of the plan, instituted Friday, is to bait the cages with the animal's favorite food, then wait for hunger to get the better of their natural caution, gentlemen.
Okay, it's a good plan.
When Thai officials were asked how they knew what the monkey's favorite food was, they said it was simple. We just asked their tour manager. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your...
Dangervillle Podcast presents News
beautiful.
of the World.
I can't believe you didn't go with
you're
anything
talking, yeah.
following guerrilla warfare, dude.
I mean, that's...
Can't believe you didn't fucking...
Okay.
It's a monkey invasion.
If it's not a
You
Mickey
gotta-
Dolenz joke, dude, it can't be done, dude. If it's not...
The only way to fight a monkey invasion is guerrilla warfare, dude.
All right.
Yeah. See? See?
Just stay
I'll
behind
give
the
it to
desk
you.
over there, buddy.
Getting a little liberal on that mic time over there.
Producer.
So let's talk real quick about why we didn't have a show. Little Maddie here turned the big 4-0
Yes.
last week, and
Lordy.
we had a little
Lordy,
party.
yes.
Had to have his little birthday party instead.
Yes.
Let the record show I did not throw it for myself. I am not a throw yourself a birthday party guy, but
I was.
I definitely took advantage of it. I think it might have been fun. I'm not entirely certain.
First of all, you were hammered, and
I was
was
done.
hammered. You, like, by the end of the night, could not stand, literally.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching you going, like hanging onto, like, lawn chairs and shit, just screaming about fucking, like you said, about
That's my
the
one
Dream Theater.
recollection of everything past like 9 o'clock when somebody threw on Dream Theater Glass Prison
Twice.
and I lost my shit, bro.
in a row.
Let's go.
Glass Prison.
You were pretty sober, Lens, weren't you? Because you weren't really drinking.
I had like 2 beers.
Yeah.
I'm going off. I'm just like, Glass Prison is the greatest Dream Theater, nay, the greatest song. Everyone's going off. I was rocking real hard to Glass Prison. I remember a lot of falling in. We did it at my mom's house. Shout out to my mom. Thank you for letting us do that. And she doesn't see me like that, and I don't generally get that drunk. But I was done.
Oh,
before,
you were,
bro.
yeah, you were shit.
I walk in, I'm like
Shit-faced,
trying
bro.
to talk to her, and I'm just like, it's a bit. Yeah.
No, you
I'm
just
sorry.
go to bed, dude. What are you? What? No.
I started
Yeah.
going off because I heard some kind of chupacabra thing out there that night. I wasn't entirely sure what was getting on.
Oh
There's
my
some real
God, there's
questionable animal
nothing out
noise.
there.
And I was
It's kinda
wow,
like
there's
What we
some
heard
kinda-
before we came in.
Oh, really?
We heard something.
Yeah.
Heard something over there.
Yeah, that was weird. Somebody either died or was fucking with us.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
It's squatching.
Yeah, it's Squatch probably.
Man, yeah, I was super hammered. My best material, I had some pretty good material, and I'm not gonna lie to you, but me and fucking Rob were fucking going off about how if you call yourself weird, if you put weird in front of your name, you can get away with anything. And about how Weird Al cornered the market and figured it out before anybody. That if you're weird, it doesn't matter. You can just do anything. It's just, oh, well, that's just Weird Al.
That's status
He's
quo,
just-
yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Par
You
for
can
the
do
course
fucking
at that
anything you
point,
want.
yeah.
Get away with anything. That was fucking
It's good material.
Yeah.
Swanson was filling me in the next day. We were hanging out with
Yeah,
Shane.
yeah.
Shout out Shane. He's like, Morgan was going off about John Williams, and I forget what he says.
Yeah.
Want to teach a class, give a dissertation, write like a doctoral paper called "The Arrogance of John Williams."
Yeah, the arrogance of John Williams is another whole
Shit was cracking me up after the fact.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But I ended up I straight up ended up puking that night. Dude. I was straight up. I was doing fine, and I'm gonna fucking blame it once again. I ran out of everything I was drinking, so I fucking grabbed one of Lenz's IPAs, and I kind of can't stand IPAs. We
and juice, baby.
drinking, and I drank one of those, and it was late, and I was hammered anyway, and I was fine. We went home, made it back to Grand Rapids, dropped off
with an Uber. You got there responsibly. Mm-hmm.
No, Susan was DDing for real. She was DDing. She was and like I was fine, and I'm just like laying in bed, and I kind of fell asleep, and then I woke up and was like, oh, I'm gonna puke right now, like right now. You know what I mean? So I was just fucking. It was a bad scene. It was a bad scene, all right. I didn't fucking move until 4:00 the next day. I was just in bed, just going.
The problem, I don't know if you were getting down on the shots. That was the thing, because like
I was drinking Fireball out of the bottle.
Exactly.
Raw dogging it.
Yeah,
raw dogging it.
Yep.
I drink frequently, but I don't like sit and pound shots and do that. And it was just like, man, the system was overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was
overwhelmed.
It was a rough scene, but a fucking great time. I had a fucking blast, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, super hammered. It was a good time was had by all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And scored this amazing, incredible sleeveless shirt out of the deal with Dave Mustaine. That was my Jesus pose.
That was my gift to him.
Yeah, it is a beautiful shirt.
It is a nice
gift
shirt.
that keeps on giving. Hey, dude, nice shirt.
Yeah, thing rules. I haven't actually taken it off since Friday.
I don't think it's ever
got some pretty awkward looks at the golf
is
course
Friday.
last night.
What's more hilarious about it, which I didn't know, it's like Jersey. It's like some kind of I don't even know what it is.
It's like moisture wicking. If you're gonna rep a Mustaine shirt like this, like one assumes you're gonna be shredding pretty hard.
I saw a sick shirt that it was on one of those like Facebook ads or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, that shirt would be so cool.
Yeah, man, that's
bought
where this
it.
came from.
Yeah. I bought it. It was shipped here from like China, and it was that same material. I was so bummed.
You didn't like it?
No,
I'm loving it. That's what
this
I'm
is
saying.
very
It's like,
comfortable.
I mean, mine was a long sleeve shirt. I was hoping it was going to be like this, like kind of baggy, like comfy sweatshirt thing.
Oh, okay.
And it ended up being that material. And when I put it on, like, I have, I don't know, like certain textures kind of weird me out.
Oh, okay.
Certain temperatures weird me out.
Yeah.
Like I can't, water's got to be real warm for me to get into it. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, this fucking shirt, I was like, no way. I was so stoked. I wanted to wear it like at Glassfield's first show.
Right.
And it came like the day before. I was like, when is this shirt coming? Like, I really hope it looks so cool, and I got it. I was like, fuck.
Was that the show at Mulligan's?
Yeah.
Because Moblo was here the night before.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we got to go on. They're going on at midnight or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to have to take a nap.
I don't know why it's so late, but
that's how it is, dude. That's part of the reason why I kind of can't like do it anymore. Because it's like, yeah, dude, like I love playing Mulligans, but I can't go on at midnight, dude. It's just brutal.
It is brutal.
Like,
I mean, I had a blast, and like I do look forward to playing Mulligans again. But
I love Mulligans, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Lots of memories from the back in the day.
That was like our home base.
Oh
back in the day. We'd play there all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. How'd the show go?
Good.
Yeah.
Really well. Yeah, it was a great first show for us.
Right.
We got some tricks up our sleeve coming up for the next ones.
Nice.
We added a guy on synth modulation and like projection.
It's not Mike, is it?
I'd love to collaborate with him at some point. It'd be fun. He's super talented.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, the Glassfield show was good.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm wondering, do you still have that pulled up over there? Lens is just fucking you're no beat of it all over here, dude.
Lens hippie ass is roasted out.
Sorry,
I had there's a new Glassfield video. Right?
Oh yeah.
I had it pulled up over here so we could play it. I really want to fucking watch it.
It's all AI stuff like the last one.
I was wondering if it was all AI. I'm a big AI hater,
is cool.
by the way.
I'm a
just so
big
you know.
I'm not a fan of like using AI for art. I don't think. I'm not, but I admit, like,
But here we are.
there's been, times where I'm just like mindlessly scrolling TikTok and some really weird fucking horror shit will pop up and it's all AI and it looks so bizarre and weird and I just get lost in it and I just can't look away. And I was like, Ryan from Glassfield. And we're like, God, it'd be so cool to like just have like a whole thing of this weird shit.
Yeah.
So the last one, I mean, I love the last one for Dance Macabre, but this one's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Let's see if we can play it here and not fuck it up.
Yeah. Full screen it.
The irony of inevitably getting ripped from YouTube for playing a song by whom we have the artist.
We have the guest on.
Oh, this is rad. I'm gonna allow it, dude.
It's got that whole like nostalgia of the like wallpaper and shit from like the 80s when we were kids,
Yeah. So this whole video is AI, like entirely?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of this shit, basically.
Yeah. And it is awesome.
It is freaky how good it looks.
That's awesome. Yeah.
This rules. You're up your ass.
It
Dude,
is really
AI is
cool.
the way to go. Well, it's wild. It's really creeping me out in the best possible way. This video's fucking awesome.
You should check out the one we did before.
Yeah.
Before this one, it's heavier. It's a heavier song, and the imagery is pretty wacky.
This tune's huge too, man.
Oh, thanks.
That was sick.
I had
was
not
really cool.
properly researched beforehand. I
Mablo
should've.
mixed.
You guys
It's
were
all good.
really-
Mablo mixed all of that.
Yeah.
He killed it.
How did you? Okay, so I'm always curious about the process of all this AI stuff. Like, how are you prompting it? Are you doing like
We did not build it.
Okay.
It was one of those things where there's a couple of guys that build these, and they have their own pages, and we were a fan of a couple specific ones. We just reached out to them like, hey, would you guys like want to collaborate? On doing a video on one of our songs, and they're just like, yeah, hell yeah. Sent it over to them. And they worked it up and sent it over, and we're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty,
it was pretty cool. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's all chat GBT or how it all works.
Yeah,
but
there's a couple of them, but it's like, fuck, the random results are so fucking good. But I'm like, fuck, dude, like I make a living doing this kind of shit.
You
know what I mean?
No, I know.
It. We're all done.
Yeah, like, I make videos and album art, and it's like all it's not my main career, but it's like, fuck.
And this is the earliest, worst iterations of this stuff that will ever be around at this point, and it's already just like fucking killer, man. Think about how it's going to be 10 years from now. It's going to be absurd.
Yeah. I don't like the whole thing where like, hey, like, listen to this new Nirvana song made with AI. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to use AI to assist in writing songs. I want that to be all creative energy, human creative energy.
Any of that type of stuff, like movie scripts, stand up, music, like it's
but all visual art's that too. You can't just throw away the visual artists all the fucking It's like the best shit.
Absolutely.
And it's like everybody's always relied on visual shit for their music and everything, and now it's like, oh well, just fuck all them, I guess. Like, I don't know, that's how I feel about it, I mean,
I don't know if these guys use it as a tool where they're sitting there and they're going like, all right, this next 3-second clip, have it be a little girl looking terrified in her bedroom with
that's what I'm
such
wondering.
and such
That's
walls.
what it is. You prompt it with keywords.
So it's almost like, as an artist, you can visualize something in your mind
and have the computer make it.
Make it. I think that's kind of cool. To me, that's still art. Or it's expressing yourself artistically through a means of technology rather than like using like a physical.
Yeah, but you don't have to have any skill or talent to do this.
Unless
that's the thing about it. It's like
you could be a solid visionary. I'm just looking at it from different angles.
I know. I get
things
all
that
that
can be done with a stunning lack of skill are among my favorites out
but
there.
ideas are cheap. I mean, this is like the main thing in art. Ideas don't mean shit. It's execution that's only mattered.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great ideas I have. You know how many songs I could write or bands I could play in or anything. But it's you gotta execute these things.
True.
So like all the people that have spent all the time to learn these skills to actually be good at shit are now just getting fucking. They don't have to. You're just getting by fucking lazy idiots that are just can type in a thing.
It's a cool video though, right?
It is. That's what sucks about it. Is it's like
that's why he's so riled up.
No, dude.
I can't compete.
I stand with you on that, man. Like I really do. I really do.
It is what it is. It's just like
it's a new generation. I think we're kind of navigating on how to approach it, and how it can be useful and whatever. And it is a sticky thing with trying to be creative.
Yeah,
we had a couple comments like, "Why are you guys using AI to make your video?" Blah 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 blah. It's like, well, I don't know how to greatly answer that. It was just one of those things where like I said, we liked those guys' pages and thought some of their videos were super fucking creepy, and we're like, this would be cool visual shit to have to our music. Yeah. And it turned out pretty sweet, but I mean, hey, if I had $10,000 to pay somebody for a sick fucking video, I would certainly do that because I would love to capitalize on all the art shit. But it's like when you're at this level, you're kind of doing everything yourselves and whatever else. Money's kind of a thing too. You know what I mean?
It's a far more accessible means to the end you're trying to.
But I don't want to. I don't want to like cheese out on an artist.
Money's the thing on the other side too. For people like me,
absolutely.
I make lyric videos and shit. Like this is a side hustle that's real for me.
Absolutely,
what's real for you?
Well, exactly, literally album art. this kind
Yeah.
of shit, you know, like, and it's just like, well, fuck, you know, like, and I'm not charging no $10,000, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's still, you know, it's,
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
like when you get to a point where you're in a band, you get a label, and they want to fund all your shit, and they they have like decent money to throw at people so they can create awesome
I
things. For
can't
you.
compete with that either, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, still, like, I'm trying to service bands like you know what I mean, that are doing that, don't have that kind of money, but still want a reasonably cool
In
lyric
conclusion,
video.
somebody throw this guy a job.
Seriously,
This is
I'm
gonna
very
be
broke. No, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. AI is a hard thing for a lot of art, and that's the thing about
I recognize that 100%.
that I'm trying to say is like, it's not just like, oh, this is a cool thing. It is fucking with people's making a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like graphic designers and shit, you know? It's like,
it's going to reshape the face of the entire world. Like, I'm obviously like half joke. Like, it's going to put everybody out of work. Like, I'm in the website world.
Yeah.
You think they're going to need somebody
That's
like
what I'm
me
saying.
in 10 years to say like, oh, optimize with these keywords, do this, use this image. Like, it's going to be all in real time. It's going to be instantaneous. It's going to be done in a more scientific and analytics backed way more quickly than any human being ever could. So we're all on the cusp of being obsolete as we sit here right now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's unfortunate.
Fucking Skynet, man.
the only thing they can't compete with is really, really terrible news jokes.
You do have the
there's an AI
market cornered
You've
on
really
them.
cornered the market on that.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing, and these are things that I don't know if we really sat down and considered either.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of
There's
like
no answer. I'm just saying.
you know, like obviously, like we wanted our record to be as raw as possible, and it was the way that it was produced was that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So organic. You know, Ryan made the artwork. We, you know, had a local friend that's a photographer help us out with the photos and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, try to avoid like auto-tune stuff as much as possible.
Fuck yeah.
You know, we want this stuff to be super real. And I think what we do next, you know, we'll probably put out like something that's more live, more intimate, you know, as a video, maybe not necessarily a music video, but maybe like a performance video of like, hey, here's a performance of this song in like a different way or something. You know, I don't know. We're brainstorming some stuff, but the AI thing to kind of collaborate with those couple of guys that we liked their pages, I thought that was a lot of fun, you know, and
the
I'm happy with them.
Fuck yeah. It's fucking
the imagery is super cool, but like, man, you raised some awesome points, and these we have discussed some of this a little bit. And you know, I don't know if we'll do it again or not. Yeah. You know, we certainly support artists, local artists. So I mean, we are, you know,
yeah, exactly.
we are local artists ourselves. You know?
I mean, that's always been my favorite thing, though, is to collaborate with other artists. Like if I'm doing music, trying to get, you know, or whatever. And then I try to do that for other bands because I just have all those skills in my professional world. So like doing that for other bands, like, hey, I can help you make a pretty sweet video at a reasonable cost because you don't have a budget. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. That's kind of my thing.
I'm glad that we're connecting on this podcast. Then you know,
and then I'll just replace it all with AI. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, you know, run what you create through AI. And make me a better version of this.
I mean, it really would be. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like the level that I'm servicing at, doesn't look like the label video. You know what I mean? But it's still pretty good.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, that's sweet.
It's incredible what you can do. And I got like legit cameras and shit, but just fucking iPhones and shit now. Like we went through a whole bunch of cameras on doing this, and the iPhone smoked everything. I mean, I had like my fucking $2,000 DSLR fucking cameras that I use for green screen and shit. Like looks killer, right? Like pro sauce looking shit. Fucking iPhones
Can't
for doing
compete
this
with them.
fucking smoked it for low light.
And I don't
just,
even
like,
think iPhones are like the best camera phones. Like I think some of that Samsung
there's
shit,
some
like a
killer
lot of those
shit.
other companies specialize in just that. And like these look so absurdly good. I mean,
they're pretty
how
great.
gorgeous and high def are we right now from that monitor?
can see
back
You
there
guys
lens,
look
like,
amazing.
You can see
the
all the
contrast is
shades,
just doing you all
toe
tons of
fungus.
I think, Ross, it looks like you got a 6-pack, dude.
Yeah, no.
Well, this
Yeah,
AI
yeah,
then
yeah,
after the
yeah.
fact, bro. That's what I'm talking about. What are we doing?
That's
here? What are we
special
talking
effects.
about?
We'll fucking put it after.
TJ, you're looking great too, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you look so good. Let's not leave you out here.
Try to make me look skinnier in the
Yeah.
video when you release it.
Oh, dude, you're wearing black. It's fine.
That's the
slim,
whole
yeah,
reason to
very
join a band, so you can wear black just all the time.
Right.
Boys, can we completely switch gears
Yeah,
for a
we
second?
need to.
here? Can we do this?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I want to talk about one Terrence Howard. Do you guys
Yeah,
know
all right, we can
Terrence
talk about
Howard,
that.
the
Oh,
actor?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay.
Did you see you didn't see the Rogan then? You're like,
I just watched it. I watched
Yeah.
basically every Rogan. I had no interest in this one. I'm like, I don't need to see the guy from Empire on Rogan for some apparent reason. Then I start seeing these little clip things come
Yeah.
through. I'm not watching them, but I'm seeing the captions of scientists have some explaining to you. I'm like, all right, they're going down some kind of rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
So I turn this fucking thing on. And it basically starts with like Terrence Howard talking about how when he was a child,
He can
was
remember being in the womb.
He's trying to rework the periodic table of elements because they got it wrong. He remembers everything from back in the womb to being born.
I think I would probably remember some of that stuff after a good acid trip.
this guy's on a lot of
You know,
acid.
I don't
That's
even
probably
know
where,
what to
you
make
know.
all
Oh,
this.
I know what to
Yeah.
make of it. That guy's full of fucking shit.
He's talking about
It
this
was
whole
one of the-
palace thing. He's like, I had access to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
memory palace of all the world's knowledge, and I was led by a shadowy figure
Yeah.
who I later realized was me, Terrence Howard. I'm like, well, Terrence
Star
Howard
of
rules.
Iron Man 1.
He's like, I got 76 patents. Among them,
No, he
he's like-
doesn't.
he apparently invented VR,
He did
was
not.
a claim he made.
No, he
he made
didn't.
wild claims, like he invented the question mark. Did
Yeah.
all sorts of absurd claims.
Which is the greatest fucking. That's
He
the
was
move.
talking about a new method of flight using hydrogen cells. He has apparently figured out supersymmetry. He has figured out the unified theory of everything.
Yeah.
Fuck off Einstein. Fuck off Bohr. Fuck off Copenhagen. Right down the line. The only theoretical physicist that matters. The greatest mind of our generation, gentlemen,
Terrence
is
Howard.
one Terrence Howard.
Talk about that teriology.
I couldn't even I didn't even listen to the whole thing.
That's some Kanye shit.
No,
Yeah.
it was worse.
Yeah.
It was worse. Like,
It's like, shut the
It-
fuck
it was-
up.
yeah.
Some of those things are kind of like real things that he's like just glommed onto and gone. Like the periodic table thing's an interesting thing. That's not his work.
No,
That's
he's
somebody
like, I
else.
later found out that somebody
and
did
then,
that already and it was far better.
Yeah. Fuck that guy, dude.
But the stuff he was talking about, okay, it's clearly all bullshit, I'm sure. But theoretically, the part that was super interesting to me was when he was showing like the different models using like the nature's symmetry and
I missed- I'm
configurations
sorry, I
and
missed
stuff.
that
Okay.
part, yeah.
Because I was of the same mindset of you, and I still don't know what the fuck to make of this. I've never heard anything like this guy. He's just going off on this tangent about Christ knows what.
Sounds like a waste of brain power to me. Like I couldn't even sit
gotta
there and
finish
listen
it
to
out.
it.
It's-
You gotta finish it out. It's
all right,
incredible.
I'll
And he's
try.
talking about this, and he's showing all these computer models of like basing things off of nature's geometry and patterns, which has been a big thing for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't invent something better than the honeycomb. It's perfect, etc.
The Fibonacci
and the way that
sequence.
it was all kinds of Fibonacci's, all kinds of Da Vinci Code type shit, dude. We'll put an end to it there, but soak in the rest of it.
Yeah,
It's the
I
most
couldn't- I
incredible
couldn't
thing I've
deal,
ever
dude.
listened
I
to in
couldn't
my life,
fucking hang.
dude. You
I-
gotta go through it.
Nah.
It's amazing.
Nah.
Terrence Howard, the
Just
mind of a generation.
I know Len's had some opinions, so you were kind of ran out on line.
I've been sitting here with that fucking vein in my forehead for this whole time. Like, I've been raging over here.
that guy's full of shit.
Please
dude.
chime in. It's clearly all
Oh,
bullshit.
Also,
God.
Terrence
Dude,
Howard's
dude,
coming on the
fun.
pod next week.
There's
So we got,
there's a science teacher that I follow called Professor Dave Explains. I'm plugging that right now. You got to watch it. He does a whole debunk video, and he's a I don't know if it's college or high school level science teacher, but he does a whole debunk video.
That's
and
hilarious.
He's got a whole series on like flat Earth debunks. He's got like
Whoa.
He's like yeah. But yeah, he does a debunk video on the entire Terrence Howard thing, and he rips him a new one.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I'm
Like,
sure.
And there was a point in the podcast where he's like, nobody was listening to me, so it made me want to destroy mankind. He's
going full Tony Stark, bro. He's not fucking around.
yeah.
It's like, all right, ha ha ha, yeah, okay, buddy.
He actually got fired from that movie and replaced by fucking Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's always been going off like, yeah, they really fucked me over in Iron Man and stuff. And then I'm going, after this, I'm like, oh, now we know you were probably an insufferable fucking,
Oh, yeah.
you know, on the set. Like, they're just probably like, no,
And also,
dude, like, I
Don
can't
Cheadle
work with that
rules.
guy.
Like, he got to just tip your cap to the better man at some point. You got to go cheat like him.
There are so many like wacky. I'm sorry. I don't know where you guys. I don't know you guys. You know, like, but there are so many fucking wacky theories out there.
We're critical thinkers is what we are.
If it's not gay frogs, turning the frogs gay. That's all I want to talk about is they're turning the frogs gay or whatever that one was.
The Canadian space lasers. They're turning the Jewish space. Yeah, turning the flipping frogs gay.
The space lasers are Jewish. Let's be clear. Maybe it is the Canadian Jews over there that got the space lasers.
It's all so much fun, though. Like, I don't believe a
It certainly
goddamn word
makes
of all
life
this
more
stuff.
interesting.
It's such a fun, like, fantasy world
I'm an
to
old
dabble
school
in.
conspiracies. The old stuff was fun. The new stuff is like, it's like having real consequences. Shit. Of trying to figure out like who killed JFK or like, who's DB Cooper, like the classics.
Yeah. The classics are something else.
Like, now it's like real time.
Yeah, it's
just storming the Capitol.
It's too much.
You know?
It's too much.
It's gotten real.
Yeah.
I feel it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The weight of knowing that half, more or less, of this weird fucking country subscribes to so much of it. It's like
crazy.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Gay frogs, bro.
Dude.
And it's only going to get worse. It's the
yeah.
blessing and the curse of every idiot in the world having a voice, because anybody can say anything.
Right.
And the problem is when you get some smart sounding guy with a British accent that says something in a convincing way, the entire world is either
or a complete fucking moron that's running your country saying
like,
something on TV every day.
From Hustle and Flow or whatever on Rogan going off about fucking
But people are idiots and believe anything, and everybody's too busy to actually look into it, right? So it's just like you catch this 30-second clip of something that's like, oh, I'm sold.
Common sense, like the most basic.
It's honestly,
I don't have to look into it, you know, to know it's bullshit.
Yeah. There's
unless it's the gay frogs.
Unless it's the gay frogs. I think the legitimate answer, though, is I think our brains are hijacked in a way because historically we've been so used to like, if something is a high quality production and you see something on CBS News, it looks and sounds very official, right? That it's a real
Same thing with the
if
written
it's on
word.
TV, it's real. If it's in a book, it's real.
If you read it, it's like way
now,
more powerful.
Like any idiot can use, something, and 10 minutes later have a very highly produced, semi-convincing sounding video at surface level,
and then somebody puts it all over the internet, and then everybody's fucking yakking about it,
like what we're doing right now. We're not a political show at all, but it would be kind of remiss to not fucking talk about the fact that they convicted Donald Trump today or yesterday or whatever.
I've been thinking about this the entire episode. But I'm like, I don't know these guys. I don't know these fucking guys. Like, I don't know if I should even like mention it. Talking about the news thing, I was going to be like, Melania Trump walking down Central Park with Pete Wentz or whatever, or Pete, whatever the fuck his name is. Not Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz from Fall Boy.
I wouldn't put it past Pete Wentz.
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson. Like,
probably both of them, dude. She's taking double Pete action.
Yeah.
Pete on Pete action.
What was that? Pete from Nickelodeon? Pete. You remember Pete and Peter?
Yeah.
Gave young Ross his inspiration. Like, wow, gingers are real people, and they can, in fact.
Pete Davidson's in the new Eminem video, by the way.
Is he?
There's
That sounds
many
about
great
right.
cameos. Shane Gillis is in it. Dre's a big part. Snoop, all kinds of great fucking.
Yeah. I saw Dre and I saw 50 Cent in there.
Yeah, of course. But it's just wild fucking times. I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but it just the fact that this is happening is just it's history and like a crazy fucking way.
It's a circus. This stuff used to be reserved for other third world countries, and we as America would look at this shit going on. It's like, holy Christ, people are crashing the Capitol. This is fucking lunacy out there. And now it's like, we are now that, which is unfortunate.
But then every day it's, oh, they're saying this about me. It's all a witch hunt. It's all false.
Yeah.
It's all
a witch hunt.
bullshit.
It's a witch hunt.
Everything.
Yeah.
Something different almost every day.
There's truth to this stuff.
Yeah, and then but these people are still like, oh, he says it's a lie, so it's a lie, and I still love this man, and
it's crazy.
God wants him to be the fucking ruler of the world.
I'm gonna say it's incredible. I have grown to become so fascinated with this, the absurdity of it, and the people that still keep
I know, same here.
Fucking love him. I'm like, this is awesome.
I put way too many.
Awesome.
I put way too much of my mind and thought into it, like on a daily basis.
I'm out.
I feel that.
Bow out. Fuck that.
Like,
you gotta bow out, guys. Bow out.
Yeah,
Come on. Bow out.
You really do have to. You have to like
It just
let
turns you
go
into
of
an
it.
insufferable asshole because there's nothing you can do about it. You can't control it.
I was miserable for so long, like during the presidency.
Yep.
Like I was so miserable, and like when that happened yesterday, though, I was like, fuck yes! Like I was stoked. I was like, finally, there are some consequences for your stupid fucking actions.
No, there's not.
Not yet.
Nothing's gonna happen.
We don't
He's
know
not
that.
going to jail.
We don't know that.
I do.
I don't know that.
I'm calling it though.
That's cool. I think that's a very good possibility that he doesn't end up.
Yeah.
But I also
he can just pardon himself in November.
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
Move.
But this guy is not untouchable. As much as he seems to be, and he has been.
Yeah.
It will catch up. It's starting to catch up.
I mean, it's a felony
charge. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, okay, the guy, and like, I don't know if I've got strong feelings on him going to prison or not. You know, like it's kind of up in the air in my mind. Like, I don't claim to be a legal expert. You know what I'm saying?
I am.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I went to. No. Okay.
So,
I kind of know what I'm talking about.
I got some fancy looking books up here.
If you look at like Michael Cohen, he was not a convicted felon. He ended up in prison for 2 years because of all the shit.
Yeah.
But
he's not Donald Trump.
He's not Donald Trump. But also, Donald Trump just was, sure, he's a first-time offender, but he's got 34 fucking felonies that he was just convicted
I thought it was
for.
only one felony.
34
felonies?
34 counts.
I didn't know they were all felonies.
All of them are felonies.
It doesn't matter.
Guilty on all of them.
Here's what's going to happen, though. His lawyers, this is the way he's done business his entire life. His lawyers will tie it up in legality with every appeal and everything they can.
They're going to try.
Money. Oh, they will succeed. They will take it. He's an old man. They will take it long enough where he will either be elected the president and then will pardon himself, which is what he's been trying to do all this whole time, which is unbelievable.
It's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
It's the most
or
baller move.
if he doesn't win the presidency, they will just continue to ride it out in legality until he dies. It'll just, they'll just tie it up and fucking, he'll never see any day in prison.
I still hope with all of my being that he ends up paying for this somehow. Yeah. Whether it boils down to him losing properties, losing tons of money, losing the support of his family or whatever.
I mean,
I know it's very far-fetched, but ends up in jail, ends up not being the fucking president and just going the fuck away.
Well, that's what I've been saying this for a little bit too now, for a few days. I've been thinking a lot, kind of that same thought is like, why does this guy still want to do this? It's like, dude, you maybe have 10 years left, maybe.
Because he is a fucking
psychopath.
He's a psychopath. He's a psychopathic narcissist, sociopath.
And I'm just like, dude, like, just go. I was even joking around, like, just go do it. You can go do whatever you want. You could go to Russia and have hookers piss on you. If that's your, he's doing it, like, go to Mar-a-Lago and do coke and bang hookers.
You can do that?
It's like, do whatever you want, dude. Why do you want to do this anymore?
Because when you've got a type A mindset and you just want more and you want to build a legacy and you want to do your thing.
Just wants to win.
I gotta say something real quick, and I need to caveat this to high fucking hell because I don't want to come across as that guy. One, I could give 2 fucks about politics. Like, I'd be hard pressed to come up with 5 things about which I give less of a shit than politics. I think it's all a sham. 2, I have no political affiliation one way or the other. I could care less about either side of the aisle. So I'm trying to make this as an objective statement. No, I'm not could give two fucks. But in theory, in fairness, I think the shit that he's accused of is something basically everybody does, and it's the same thing with the Biden Corvette, where he had documents in his fucking Corvette. He had documents that he shouldn't have had in a place he shouldn't have had them. They're clearly dropping this right before the election to try and fuck him. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yes, they're all. I'm not saying it's right, but both sides of the aisle are doing the shit, and it's very much like
it's not saying nobody's saying there's not corrupt politicians
No,
everywhere,
no.
all over all the shit. So,
No, but this, I just feel like if this guy is America's answer, we're in for a load of fuckery.
we once again have two terrible options, which has been the case
rematch
my
right
entire
ones.
time.
Yeah.
Right,
It
but,
really is the
like,
fucking,
It's the douchebag or turd sandwich. Once again, Trey Parker and Matt Stone
Yeah,
fucking
they
nailed
called
it on South Park 20 years ago. Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm
It's all the
not,
same thing.
I am not a massive Biden fan. There's
nobody is.
certain things he's done that's been cool, but like, I'm not a big fan of his policies. I'm obviously like not cool with us supporting what's going on overseas right now. I stick my fucking neck out saying all this shit because maybe you guys got listeners that will probably like
First of all, there's no
crucify me.
people, bro.
But like, I mean, you know, we'll advertise this too. You know, we'll throw it out there.
I don't
But
care. Again, we're not a political show. We
No,
don't
I know.
It's so.
I know.
It's just so crazy that this happened. I mean, this is the first time any president's ever been convicted of any crime. Ever, apparently.
Nixon, right?
No, he was never convicted of a crime. He resigned. They had him on this thing. He resigned and just went away.
there's
They
never
just
been
let
a
him
convicted
go
felon.
away.
There's never
Yeah.
been a president that's been convicted of a felony, and that doesn't prevent him from holding office.
Exactly.
There's never
know?
been a president that's had
Which is-
this much vitriol against him. Probably rightly so, in fairness. But
There's
like,
never been
nobody has pissed this many people off.
there's never been a president.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's never been a president this moronically fucking stupid.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the guy from The Apprentice running the nation. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's
are we doing?
wild. It's
Or
wild.
Yeah, what
regardless
the
of
fuck were we thinking, America?
Republican,
Yeah.
Democrat, whatever. It's the guy that did The Apprentice.
It's a
So
reality
this is-
TV star.
Give me Arnold
Yeah.
or give me nobody. If there's one celebrity
Yes.
political guy needing office, it's more Arnold.
Yes,
Give me the governor.
I like this.
Like
Yeah.
The Rock, dude.
I don't like Trump's bench. You know what I mean? Like Arnold. You know, like he needs to up. Trump needs to up his weightlifting game. We
Oh, the
need-
bench. Yeah. RFK's got that on lockdown, bro. Just
I do
rocking
like,
jeans
I do
and
like
a cut
some
off and
RFK.
just fucking pumping it out, dude.
I like RFK.
RFK's the man.
He's pretty cool. Also, I would like to see Cheryl Hines be our first lady. From
Indeed.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you know. His wife or whatever. Fuck, man. There was something he said earlier. Oh, fucking South Park. You mentioned they got this new. I haven't seen it yet, but have you guys seen this shit? I guess they're ripping on Lizzo in the new South Park, and she put out this like huge rebuttal video.
Oh God, they got her. Yes.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Like, dude,
Yes.
don't like you're saying, like you don't fuck with, like you don't get in a rap battle with fucking Kendrick Lamar or
Yeah.
with Eminem. Don't get
You
in a
don't fuck with
pissing
Trey
match
Parker and
with the
Matt
South
Stone.
Park guys. Dude.
They will troll
tear
you.
you apart.
Yes.
You know, like they've already torn you apart and like.
Let them just let it go. Let it
go.
fade
Yep.
into the distance,
Yep.
and they can focus on somebody else.
Exactly.
You know,
Yep. Laugh it off. You know,
laugh it off.
Yeah, so I can't. I really want to watch.
Also,
it.
this whole Paramount thing with South Park is bullshit. Like 1 year before they started putting stuff out on Paramount, they signed that big exclusive deal with fucking
HBO or something.
HBO / Comedy Central, and then like, but also Paramount.
I don't get it. I
Stinks.
can't like watch it anymore because I don't have Paramount.
Very
Too many
annoyed
fucking
by it.
subscriptions, man. I can't.
I'm gonna start pirating
keep up.
again.
Well, that's what everybody's doing.
You gotta-
Pirating's gone through the roof again. Yeah.
Good.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like I want to support the artists
Right.
making these shows I love.
Right.
You know, but it's like you also got to like somehow make it a little more available. Like I can't afford
Can't have every fucking
goddamn
app, dude,
streaming service. You know, like
It stinks.
I just don't watch that much stuff anymore either. I'm trying to like you're doing, like playing in bands and doing stupid podcasts and shit. It's like it's hard to find time to like watch every.
Boys, you know what
little
I
thing.
I've been watching a lot of shit too.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What are you into? What's the jam?
Wife and I just finished Beef.
Okay.
I just started that.
That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
it looks good.
I only watched
Yeah.
the first episode. It's
Ending's
cool,
pretty
though.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Did you see Baby Reindeer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
wild.
we watched
man.
that.
I did watch that one.
We watched Shogun and we watched.
Heard that's dope.
God damn it! I gotta catch Shogun. Was
Yeah.
it great? I heard very good things
Yeah,
about Shogun.
it was cool. Yeah, way cool. Trying to think what else, man. Those were like the last like 3 or 4. We watch a lot of horror stuff. We
Yeah.
watch a lot of
Were you a Game of Thrones fan?
Oh God, yes.
Because the new season of the new one's coming out in like a week and a half.
Yeah, I
2
keep
weeks.
looking at your map book that I own at home.
Yeah.
And then the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Duncan
they're
Egg story.
They're making that too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
It's cool.
that was probably my favorite of like all of it.
Really?
I loved that one. It's just the perfect like those more like bite-sized adventures, and they're a little. I mean, there's a lot of comedy and all that shit, but they're a little more comedic in a way.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I just thought they were great.
You know what I just watched? That was very fun. I thought. Did you guys watch that 3-Body Problem?
I
thing
watched
on
the
Netflix?
first like 2 or 3 episodes,
Okay.
But
and I
that-
was kind
is
of
that
intrigued.
Those guys though.
Yeah.
It's David Benioff
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Game of Thrones
And Dan
then
Weiss.
Yeah, it's
one of
both
the
of them, yeah.
producers from True Detective, which might be the other guy. I don't know. Pretty fun. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it kind of ruled. Pretty
Yeah.
cool premise, dude.
Had the guy that played Sam,
Right.
Yeah.
and the guy that
Yeah.
played the Onion Knight. What's his name?
Yes.
This cat
yeah.
on there, the old
Yeah.
that guy ruled.
missing
Yeah.
finger guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some. I want to catch this. Probably going to go this weekend to catch that Furiosa or whatever.
Yeah, the new Mad Max.
Yeah, probably going to soak that in. I think they're playing it in IMAX.
Oh, cool.
So I'm probably going to get kind of high and go check that out.
Nice. Nice.
Take some edibles.
It's really kind of bombed, and like nobody saw it. And I'm like, they didn't do a good job like promoting it. But I'm like, but apparently it's also unbelievably awesome.
That's cool.
So it's
Anya
kind of like,
Taylor-Joy is great.
She
she's
is a really
in
great-
everything.
she's a great
Hemsworth,
actress,
I could
yeah.
take or leave, but
Yeah.
she's very good.
like she was in the Queen's Gambit, or
which
it
was
amazing.
one of the best things I've seen in
Yeah.
a very long time. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, that was fucking good.
You know what else I just watched, gentlemen, which was fucking dominant, was that The Iron Claw movie.
That's
It
it.
was like about
I
a
don't know what that
70s wrestling family. I'm not a wrestling guy,
Okay.
never got
All right.
into it. But it's a true story about like this whole family that grew up in the wrestling game, like back in the old WWF days and all that stuff. Like when it was barely a thing.
all right, I know what it I know.
With Zac Efron.
Yes. Yeah.
The kid from The Bear, that cooking show /
Yeah.
Shameless.
Oh yeah, we
that
watched
did.
that too.
I
yeah.
fucking love that.
I can't wait for the next season. 2 seasons.
The Bear is great,
Yeah,
dude. The
it's
second
great.
season of that was shockingly good.
Yes.
It's a great show.
Dude, the music
it's
on that
amazing.
show is fucking awesome too.
Everything about it, dude. It's
Dude,
so
you got to
well
check it
done.
out. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
FX, I've been saying many
No, it's on
times,
FX.
is you can't miss. FX is the
Right.
new HBO. It's like back in the day, it's like if HBO's got a new series, watch it. It's going to rule.
Yeah.
You can rest assured it's going to be choice. And FX is that now. Every fucking thing they come out. I'm really pumped to watch Shogun, dude. I hope it's good. I've heard very good things
It is
about
good.
Yeah.
You'll like it. Yep,
I
it's
don't- where
solid
do you
all the way
even
through.
watch you like on cable? Like where do you even watch FX?
I've got
Like,
Hulu Live.
on Hulu.
so-
Yeah, Hulu.
I don't got none of that shit, man. I got Netflix, I got HBO, and I got Amazon Prime because I'm on Amazon Prime. So like, there's all kinds of badass shit on fucking like Apple TV.
Yeah.
like Jennifer Connelly's in some fucking killer new
they got
sci-fi show that
bunch
looks
of great-looking
amazing. And
stuff
I'm
on there.
like, fuck, you know.
Shudder is pretty solid. You ever check that out?
No, it's
It's-
on Apple TV.
No, Shudder is its own app. It's
The horror.
Yeah, the horror
I know
app.
what
It's
you're
like
talking about,
$5 a month or something like
Right,
that. It's
yeah.
pretty sweet.
I used to watch. We used to watch a ton of like underground horror and shit. Like I don't know, it was a while ago now. I got really deep into like Korean and Japanese shit for a while there,
Sweet.
you know, and stuff. But kind of out of that game for a while.
Come to a Glassfield show coming up. We're adding projection to our set, and
Yeah.
it's all taken from horror movies and
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we do that too with me and Mike's thing. We got screens and projectors and shit.
Hell yeah.
But I made all my own videos.
That's sick.
No, I didn't.
I would love to do that.
Took other stuff and edited it. I'm joking. I didn't like. No, I'm just talking shit.
No, I know, but like I seriously though would love to go out there. And I mean, the thing about projection is, once you get it put together, you can just swap out segments that you feel like aren't working right. Or if you get another idea for something, you can just like, okay, pull out that 10-second clip, film something real quick,
Right.
in a field like weird movements of flowers or weeds and the trees, what just whatever, fucking nature, some cool nature shit, you can throw that in there. It might have a super killer vibe. You know what I mean? I would love to be able to put together like full on songs worth of that stuff.
Yeah, man.
That are visually impactful with running with the music.
Yeah, I've done both. I have shot my own stuff, but a lot of it's like editing, like textures and like whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When's the next show then?
July 7th. July 7th at the Pyramid Scheme.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Playing with Mr. Phils.
Nope.
They came through with the Melvins. I think they're a 2-piece.
Oh, okay.
Rock badass band. And then we got a few other ones coming up throughout the summer. So
sick, man. Well, keep me fucking posted on that.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and listen to the Sill Remains stuff because apparently I was out of the loop.
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah.
Good. No worries there. I don't expect everybody to know that stuff. So
You should just start being a real smug asshole about it. Fucking.
You gotta go full Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's weird enough when people know your music.
Yeah.
Like people, like you. Well, not you. You're cool. You're cool. Not like you meet somebody random like, oh my god, your record changed my life, and it's so cool hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like
You're like, really, we were hammered when we made that.
certain people just latch onto you.
Yeah.
And make you feel like you're somebody that you don't feel like you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Imposter syndrome.
I would like to think that I'm fairly humble. So like when somebody comes up and wants to like, oh my God, you're so and so, dude, blah 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 blah, and you're just like,
It's weird though, right?
it's like I'm actually just like a dad, and I work, and I just kind of like.
Dude, doing
we get
this.
so much of that with this podcast.
I don't think much
like
of
the
it.
amount of times people are stopping and
Dude.
like, gee, are you with Dangervillle? Are you the guy from the news? Like, do you
Tables
do
at
the
the
news stuff? You're
restaurant,
hilarious.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Limos.
It's like I put my
VIP.
pants on one leg at a
VIP
time,
in
just
the
like
booth.
everybody else. I mean, just like a funnier and better version of regular people. But other than that,
You put your shoes
largely the
on, one
same,
shoe at a time.
I've got a little, I got a little something coming up on that in a couple weeks. I'm gonna blow your mind, bro.
All right, well, let's fucking kind of wrap it up. Fucking Glassfield's badass. I listened to the record before
Thanks.
I even knew you or anything about it because shout out to Mike, our mutual friend, sent it to me. He's like, you should check this out. I'll try to make it to that show. I always love fucking the Pyramid Scheme. It was always a good time. So
Yeah.
it's the 7th. I guess people can look it up.
Yeah, they can look it up. If they go to our Facebook or Instagram, we've got like a link tree. We've got like ticket links to the shows coming up and the links to the videos and stuff like that.
Sick, man. It was fucking great talking to you. I'm glad we got to connect.
I appreciate you coming
Anytime,
on, brother.
Yeah, you guys. Thanks so much. It's badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was great meeting you.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.